In this video, we'll try and understand about the tetanus, what are its causes, prevention, diagnosis, along with this, we'll try to learn its prevention and moreover, its pathogenesis mechanism of action. So without further ado, let's dive into deep. First of all, to understand is that the tetanus is known by other names as well, right? So other names are, these are the other names, lockjaw disease and Sawhorse disease. Its agent is the Clostridium tetani. Clostridium tetani is the gram positive. They are gram positive bacteria and they are obligate and aerobic bacteria. They can only survive in the presence of the oxygen. Let me change my pen. It is not working over here. Right. So they are spore forming bacteria. They form the spore and live in the environment easily. In the fluctuating environment, in the harsh environment, as their habitat is the soil, and yeah, this is the reservoir. Soil is the reservoir of the Clostridium tetani. They live over there, and sometimes it is very harsh to live over here for the Clostridium tetani. So they form their spores over there, right? They produce the three types of toxin, but the most common of them is the tetanus spasmin or the spasmogenic toxin, which causes the spastic paralysis. We'll learn about this, how it causes the spastic paralysis. On the other hand, it produces a toxin known as the tetanolysin, which causes the hemolysin, and other one is the fibrolysin, which is a protective toxin. Basically, it is the exotoxin. It produces the toxin by rupturing the vegetative form of its cell and cell wall. It rupture it and it releases out from it. The spores, the toxins release it out from it. So therefore, it is the exotoxin, right? Its cause was discovered in 1884 by the two scientists, namely Carle and Giorgio Rattan. Right? They were the two scientists over here and over here. These are the two scientists who discovered its causes. What is the cause behind the tetanus? So over here, your attention require a lot. You can see over here presynaptic neuron and postsynaptic neuron, right? Presynaptic neuron, also known as the sending neuron, right? Sending neuron. And postsynaptic neuron is known as the receiving neuron. Here is the dendrites. These are the dendrites, uh, axon, cell body, axon, right? Cell body or soma we say. And here is the axon. And then we have the axon terminals. The same over here, the same picture depicts over here. So you can see over here the junctions, and they are depicted in a zoomed space over here. You can see over here, right? So this is the axon terminal, right? The space between over here, this is the synaptic cleft, right? And these are the receptors, the ion gated channel, the ligate gated ion channel, these are the receptors, and these are the synaptic vesicles. And over here there is a neurotransmitter. Their neurotransmitter, for example, there is the acetylcholine, right, which is the neurotransmitter, and they are released into the postsynaptic neuron, and most commonly the presynaptic neuron carry the neurotransmitter, the inhibitory neurotransmitter known as the GABA or the glycine, right? And they are the main inhibitory neurotransmitter. They carry this when they transmit them into the synaptic cleft. They are taken up by the postsynaptic neuron, and when they go inside the postsynaptic neuron, they create the axon, they create the action potential of inhibiting the another neurotransmitter from the postsynaptic neuron, right? So the picture over here depicts very clearly that how the neurons are and how they form the junctions, how they form the synapses, right? Over here you can learn that tetanus plasmin, which is the toxin, right, one of the toxin of Clostridium tetanus, it accesses the nervous system because they cannot cross the blood brain barrier. So how they access the nervous system? They access it with the help of the presynaptic terminals. Presynaptic terminals means the axon terminals of the presynaptic neurons of the lower motor neuron. There are two types of the motor neuron: lower motor neuron and the upper motor neuron. Once the axon enters the CNS, it diffuses to the terminal of the inhibitory cell. When the toxins enter the CNS, for example, they are reached in the brain, how they do? They diffuses the terminals of the inhibitory cells. Inhibitory, the neuron where the inhibitory neurotransmitters are being available over there, where the GABA or the glycine are available. They what they do over there, they just stop their release, and the body of an animal where this disease, where this abnormality is present, where such toxins are present, their muscles become contracted. It takes difficulty into their relaxation. If we further talk about its mechanism, for example, there is the animal, here is the wound, and from the wound, the spore have been, come in, and the spore they lysed, and from here, certain type of the toxins are coming out. What they do, the toxins are taken up by the local neuron, right? Local neuron, they are taken up, they are taken up by the local neuron, and they are moving up. This is known as a retrograde axonal transport. They are moving up with the local neuron and they reach the spinal cord, right? When they reach the spinal cord, they are further moved into the another neuron, and over here the translocation to the inhibitory interneuron, blockade of the glycine and GABA release occur, right? They occur over here. Means that the glycine and GABA release is blocked over here, and when they move forward, right, when they move forward, so they completely inhibit the inhibitory control of the nervous system. And over here you can see that this is the postsynaptic neuron, which is connected to the muscle. For example, here is the muscle of the animal, and over here they are not receiving the inhibitory neuron. They are again and again releasing the acetylcholine as the neurotransmitter, which causes the contraction, which causes the relaxation contraction, but it is again and again releasing that one thing. On the other hand, the GABA and the glycine are not releasing, so the inhibitory function is completely absent. So in that case, the contraction occur, the stiffness occur, and the animal feel sometimes of the jerks as well, right? So this is the total mechanism. They reach the motor neurons. In this sense, they reach the spinal cord and the CNS, central nervous system. Same, the pathogenesis is depicted over here. Enter through the wound. They enter through the wound because in the wound there is the unpresence or absence of the oxygen, and therefore they can germinate over there very easily. And that is the reason they germinate over there. They become vegetative form. They convert into the vegetative form, and they spread their toxins by lysing them. They break down their cell wall and they spread their tetanus plasmins, tetanolysins. They spread their toxins into wherever they are present, and they go into the bloodstream and they go into the local neuron and they cause disease over there, right, by reaching to CNS. So they enter the local neuron, reach the spinal cord, inhibit the inhibitory interneuron, and which causes two type of the function: excitation of the automatic and motor system. When the automatic system excited, so it causes the blood pressure and the heart rate alteration. On the other hand, severe muscle contraction or spastic paralysis occur if the motor system is excited. Over here, if the toxins reach in the motor system, then what it causes a spastic paralysis, because motor system is connected directly to the skeletal muscles, and skeletal muscles have help in the movement, right? There are